I chose Young Life over all the other ministries that I could have chosen was kind of like I mentioned earlier, that with Young Life I really love how a big part of the mission is just meeting kids exactly where they're at, and forming intentional, genuine relationships with them, showing them the love of Christ, showing them the Bible and the way that you live and the way that you interact with them before you present them the Bible.
I love them. They're like, oh God, don't cry. I feel like, I mean, I haven't like seen or like talked to them a lot recently, especially with the pandemic, but like, I just feel like there's somebody that I can go to and like talk to whenever, and like, I feel like they truly have like a lot of love for me, and like, that they're truly like wanting like my best interest at heart. And so they're every single one of them are like beautiful people, and like I wish I could spend more time with them and like see them more, but like pandemic and stuff.
It's been great. They've been great help for me. Always finding ways to help me. Stan always bringing me places, helping me with personal issues. Darius doing the same. Same with Todd. It's always been a great help for many years.
I feel like a bunch of people think it's weird that we hang out with y'all, but honestly, like, y'all are just family, like a family away from home, honestly. And I know I can depend on y'all. Like, like I said earlier, if I ever get kicked out of my house, the first place I'm going to is Molly's. I'm packing my bag and going to Molly's, because I know you'd be able to take care of me, and I know that you would help me out. I just know I can depend on you, basically. And like, I know I can talk to you about anything, literally anything.
And it's always fun to see how cool it is they think it is to hang out at my house, because my house is not that fun. And so it always ends up being, they just like being a part of somebody else's life and being able to see what life is like with other people. And I think that's kind of how Jesus does. Like, he invites us into this life with himself, and we're like, wow, this is maybe what I expected, maybe it's not what I expected, but it's definitely different and not what I'm used to. I don't think high schoolers have very many adults inviting them into their own lives to love on them.
Ooh. My dad passed away in February, which is really hard, and my young life leaders were definitely there for me. The night my dad died, they were definitely one of my first phone calls to let them know like what happened, and they all wanted to come over. It was like 2 a.m. and they still answered and all wanted to come over, but we all hung out like the next day and stuff. And Molly actually like came over, and like, yeah, and Cora and Elena and Miranda and Stan were all at my dad's funeral and stuff.
These young moms are making such weighty decisions as they approach high school graduation, for not only them, for themselves, but for their babies. And I love how the relational ministry of Young Lives allows us to walk alongside of them and have them begin to learn the strength that they have comes from God, and God's love will carry them through thick and thin if they will just trust him.